tonight.
You'll trade off, okay.
Yeah, just sure we got it for him.
Yeah. Roll call, please.
Mike Dawson,
I'm here.
Tom McDonald,
Here.
Jennifer Finley, Jim Molitor, Carol Langford, Danielle Matt, here, Bing Matt, James Steele Jr.,
Nah.
Martin Charlo,
Wasn't.
Len Tooties, Lanice Trahan.
Thank you, Jan. James, would you give us a prayer this morning?
And Father, we ask for your blessing upon our people today. Those that have lost loved ones recently, those that are ill and need a special healing. Watch over our staff today, watch over our law enforcement and emergency personnel today. Guide us today in our meeting, make the decisions for our people, their best interests. Amen.
Thank you, James. We have minutes from October 29th. Take a quick look at them, please. Morning, Len. We're looking at the minutes. Anybody have anything for the minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve what was the date?
29th.
The October 29th minutes with, I guess, just approval.
Can I actually,
With the corrections or
Yeah, I'll make
additions.
quick correction?
Go ahead, Martin.
On my announcement of my cancellation of my meeting, that can I just take off the lack of promotion and planning? Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. We have a motion by James to approve the minutes with corrections. Second by Martin. All in favor? Unanimous. Have an agenda for today? Anybody have anything to add? Okay. Daryl. And I'll have just a little short announcement. I think y'all probably saw the email from Peter Matt. A couple of events he was advertising. Anything else for the agenda? I would entertain a motion to approve Motion by Lynn to approve the agenda, second by James. All in favor? Unanimous? Well. Um. I know that Peter Matt sent the email out to us all, but there's an event today. What is it? One with Congresswoman Sharice Davids, and it'll be at 11 in Arlee at the Brown Building. And then another event tomorrow with actress Lily Gladstone in Mission at 5 p.m. in Tillman Park. So that was all I had to give as an announcement. And did you remember, Carol? Well, we can put it in wherever it comes up at then. I don't know if Evan is ready. Get into the agenda. He's not scheduled till 9:40. The donuts are out there. Well, we'll be on break until Jen can get a hold of Evan.
That, or did you want me to see if Mark wants to do his quick update that you guys missed out on Thursday?
We could do that. But we'll probably want to interview the managers then. Greg. Trying to avoid us as department heads.
He's on his way to work right now. He won't be in for another half hour or so. So I'm gonna try and start getting the agenda going.
Morning, Scott. Thanks for joining us early.
Good morning. Good morning, Tribal Council.
I think we're ready for you. If you're ready for us.
Yeah, it'll be quick. So I've been working with, can I get started? I'm not sure where we're at. I just popped in.
Yep, you can start.
Yeah, okay. So I had been working with MDT and having a consultant working for me, doing the applications for the Highway 93, the remaining segments on that, which is south of 9 Pipe. This grant that I was getting prepared was for that bridge replacement, which is a big dollar amount for that segment. I think it's 1.2 miles that's left to fund, and we had the grant application about ready, and then just 2 days ago, MDT realized that they can't commit to I think it was going to be a $15 million match at that time. But we're working on it, and they're working on their budget. So we won't be able to submit for this grant that we had planned on, this bridge improvement program grant. We won't be able to submit it this go around, but we have other opportunities. But there's this same grant next year, and there's also a couple other things that we're looking at, just maybe modifying this grant application to get that last segment funded in the middle there. So basically this is an update, and I'd like to get council approval if, well, I guess I don't know if I guess I can't ask for council approval to submit this grant application yet, but maybe just to pursue this funding.
Well, I appreciate the update, and sorry you couldn't get the application in already. Is there any objection to continue pursuing it? I think you got a consensus from us to keep going after it, Scott.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
All right.
Martin's got a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Scott, Carol and I are going to plan to have a meeting. We were supposed to have one yesterday, but life got in the way. And so we're looking at about 2 weeks out if there's no conflicts. And so we'll let you know. You wanted to come present about the traffic safety or pedestrian safety, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it'll be Wednesday in 2 weeks is kind of the tentative plan. Don't mark that down yet until we confirm those dates don't conflict with something, but that's kind of this month is this next month is our plan. So.
Okay.
So you're tentatively looking at the 13th?
Yeah.
Okay. Lynn, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Scott, I was approached by a few home site lessees up in Dog Lake, and they were requesting to see if they can get the road fixed or at least bladed. It's gotten pretty rough here the past couple months, and now it's to a point where it's ruining vehicles. So if we can get you to take a look at that, and is that particular road on your inventory?
Depends on what part of it, but yeah, we do have part of that as our maintenance. And I think it's part of the problem, and a part that I can think of, it's really rocky there. So we add gravel and it disappears. But I'm not sure exactly what, we'll take a look at it and do what we can do to make things so it's not ruining vehicles. And if it's not on a segment that we're doing maintenance on, then I'll find out who it is.
Okay, if you can take a look at that and then report back to us.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Carol and then Tom.
Yeah, Scott, you know why I'm talking to you. I need to find out what the status of Grace Lane is.
Okay, yeah, we got that temporarily repaired, so it's safe to cross now. But we're still working on the plans
Okay,
for the replacement, but we did do some wood cribbing underneath it, and it's I'm not worried about it anymore for the winter.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Go ahead, Tom.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Hey, Scott, talking about pedestrian safety, reminded me of, I think Bing brought it up many times, fixing the lights out on Powell Road, street lights. And if I recall right, Mike Brown put those in, or they were roads program lighting, and I think you guys are paying the bill on those. I'm not sure. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And then I thought that maybe a couple of them got damaged, or one got damaged by a snowplow, maybe even a roads program snowplow guy. Is that something that you're working on with Bishop Valley Power to replace those lights and poles?
Yes, I do have an electrician lined up uh, to try to bypass those two down poles and get the lights back on at least right away. And then I do have two poles ordered, so I'll send you the. No, I won't send you the bill. I'll pay for that.
Thank you, Scott.
And then Scott, I imagine you already know, but we were able to contract a small road into the Camas Prairie Cemetery, and it's in place now.
Yeah,
So,
it's great.
any other questions or updates? Thank you, Scott. You have a good day.
All right, thank you. You too.
Okay, we have Chauncey Means on for Evan.
Morning, Chauncey. Chauncey, good morning. Are you there?
Good morning.
I hear you're Evan Smith today.
Yeah, Evan is on its way, but I will go ahead and start. So this agenda request or this issue is on page 2. So CSKT Environmental Protection Water Quality is requesting the purchase of a boat for water quality sampling. We received funding from the EPA this year in a grant form for $100,000. So we would like to approval of this capital equipment purchase so that we can go ahead and purchase a boat for the water quality program.
Any questions? Do we need a resolution on this? No? Motion by Martin, second by Carol. All in favor? I think we have unanimous, and you get a vote.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, Chauncey.
And then we have Jordan for a quick update.
Morning, Jordan.
Well, Chesquax, Kasuk, Welthnam, good to see everyone. Just two quick things. I just wanted to remind everyone, we have our room available, S&K Tech, for Monday morning, starting at 9. I'll be a little bit early setting up, and so I'll send materials out, hoping on Saturday. So be on the lookout for those. So looking forward to that. And then I know we've been trying to look at New River dates to go with the culture committees to look at some different sites. It's getting awfully chilly out there. So just wanted to touch base and see if there was a good date you guys could think of. And if you want to think about that with Jen till the end of the day, I'm getting ready to go out and meet with Tony. And then SQCC, meeting with them next Wednesday. So Tony just said it's getting awfully cold, so maybe we do want to postpone till spring. Yeah, until July. So anyway, update on that. We'll try to plan something early for the spring.
Cool, thank you. And we do have the tour tomorrow, right, Jennifer? Am I the only one on the tour?
No, Bing and Carol, was you going on the tour?
Okay. The tower tour? Anybody else? No? Good. What time is it? 8:30, I believe.
It's 8:45, meet here, and then you guys will go there, come back here, be back here by noon-ish.
Back here by noon. Okay. Well, you gotta do that by what, 4 o'clock? Thanks, Jordan.
All right, thank you guys, and I'm going to be heading out to Kicking Horse and then early for just a quick hello down there. So I'll be out and about today. Thanks.
So Mark's gonna come in as soon as he gets here. And then we have Joe and then your guys' interviews.
Still haven't seen questions. Go ahead, Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll make the motion to accept the blind voting for this position and appoint Lance Freelander to the Gaming Commission 3-year term.
Motion by Martin. I need a second. Second by Len. All in favor? Unanimous. With, I guess, Carol, you'll abstain. Okay. Cool. And we'll recess for lunch and be back at 1 to listen to Lance
Oh, yeah.
the Lands Committee meeting. Oh, go ahead, Carol.
Yeah, yesterday I sat in the court improvement.
Alrighty.
Good handful here.
October's land committee action items that need to be brought up. First one on the docket was a land exchange with the Thomas family for fee land for trust land. To move forward with value for value so they could get the appraisal done on both properties.
Don't want any conditions in that? I wouldn't be looking at the parcel on the creek.
Okay, we'll put in there for the motion to be a land exchange for the 2 home sites on Teresa Adam Lane, west of the canal.
Any other thoughts? Is anybody real interested in getting rid of that parcel on the creek?
I do agree that that's a good idea to have it that way. Talking with Holly Audit just now too, is that with the other parcels of what the evaluations of the home and the home sites we're going for, it may be that because of the improvements are on that parcel, since they're not gonna be doing the improvement part of it, right? The house is not part of the appraisal, but
Land.
all the land and utilities improvements already put on there. Those valuations may come out to be equal or more than what the land value is on the other side. So just to keep that in mind, we would just have to wait for that appraisal to come back.
I'd entertain a motion. Pursue, James, you were considering it before I brought up the. It has to be equal for equal value, no matter what.
Just to show interest in moving forward.
Entertain a motion. Going once. Second, I'm not even getting a motion, Mark.
That looks like a no interest to me. Okay. Next item, the joint land exchange of Matt Howlett Properties. To show interest in moving forward with that as is, or other stipulations being added to the motion.
As you
Exchange.
presented it, we had an option 1, option 2, and an option 3, right?
Yes.
And again, equal value for equal. This was the wanting to default on $123,000. Thoughts? Option 2? We'll show interest in option 2, looks like, huh? Any objection to that?
The option 2 was, option 1 was to approve it waiving the loss of land to the value to the property.
Let's do Clayton.
And the other one is to move forward
Yeah.
with the exchange of Clayton's portions for his site.
And his Clayton's portions were in excess of 19,000 above the value, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Motion by Lynn, second by Tom, all in favor?
Option 2.
Unanimous?
Dang it.
Casey Matt.
Carol out of the room, actually.
There it is. Next item up was the perma property, on the north and south side of the river down at Perma, the Casey Matt properties, his, fractionated interest in 3014 and 3014A to move forward with the purchase price, on that one. And then for the purchase, and then, the allotment
4379.
4379 across south of the river, for his sole interest in that one, looking for purchase on that one for Casey Matt.
All parcels? Motion on all parcels by Tom, second by Len. All in favor? Unanimous. Martin, are you okay? Okay.
The Grenier purchase, next item up.
It's not worth so many.
Go ahead, Mark.
The Grenier purchase, prove the purchase of Yvonne Grenier's, undivided interest in allotment 1399 to move forward with the acquisitions of her trust properties. It's first step.
Motion by Bing, second by James, all in favor? Unanimous, and Carol out of the room.
And they already showed interest. Shell one, right?
Rachel Michelle, yeah,
They had shown interest.
Yeah.
But we're looking at separate fundings potentially.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, move forward with the purchase.
Next item up, the Rachel Michelle at Red Horn Road, to purchase her undivided interest in allotment.
185A.
Motion by Tom. Second by Bing. All in favor? With the interest that somebody else might reimburse us?
We can
We'll just do her.
do it.
That was unanimous.
And we'll look at other separate fundings too after initial purchase. Next item up is to show interest in the Hot Springs property, the 9 lots that are being offered to the tribes that are not on the market yet.
Motion by Tom. We got a second? Second by Martin. All in favor? Unanimous. Carol out of the room.
Next action item up is the Nirada Mill Creek property, 42 acres.
Motion by Tom, second by Lynn. All in favor? Unanimous. Carol out of the room.
The third item up is to start the talks and negotiation for the Polson property.
Motion by Tom, second by Martin. All in favor? Unanimous. Carol out of the room.
The last item up is a sole source direct services contract with Manuel Marquez for plumbing services to start moving forward with the Arlee Celebration Grounds with another for the next year and potentially expanding that for future services.
Motion by Bing, second by Martin. All in favor? Unanimous. Carol out of the room.
And with that, I believe we have no further items for action. If there are any other questions from council.
Question? Martin?
I'm gonna be really vague, but there was a rental out in Hot Springs. I'm wondering if those people caught up on their agreement.
No, they haven't.
No more services have been done. Tribal Lands has provided heating, boiler, water services for them we've had to invest into the home. But no action on that side, like requested out of the 6-month contractual period, which was supposed to have happened.
Do you know if they've started getting assistance?
The statement that we've heard before still is that the one individual is waiting to be cleared through the SSI. Rental assistance.
Yeah.
And potentially LEAP for the heat and power.
Thank you, Mark. Everybody.
Okay, thanks. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, and thank you guys for bearing with us again.
Was that all a trick?
Can we go back into executive?
We will go out of regular into executive and we'll 2-minute break and then we'll continue. 2 minute, please, 2 minutes. Well, we'll come back into session. Welcome, ladies. Sorry we're so late, but appreciate you coming. And my understanding is you're here just to talk to us.
We kind of were trying to figure out like, why are we here? And I said, well, let's let council lead. We have a general idea. and have, had some discussions and brought a document too. So, is there any questions or expectations from us in this, or
We're
just
definitely wondering,
hearing open mic?
we're definitely interested in, looking at the organizational structure that we have now and how it's affected you. So go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. And thank you, Gary and Jeannie, for coming in. We've, for the past, I guess, almost 3 years, we've been trying to figure out how this reorganization's been working and if it's working. So we're really interested in your perception of the current organizational chart, the hierarchy of the administration, how it's either helped or hindered your program operation, your department, and other ways that you think of that could be something that could be changed in the future, that could be additive, or something that you think we're missing. What we want to do is make sure that we're providing the best service to the membership and in the best way possible, and and inclusive as possible. So we just really want to know your own personal critique of what's been going on. It's been a benefit to you or not. And if there's strengths of it, we want to hear that. If there's weaknesses, we definitely want to hear that. All we want to do is make government better. And so there's really no way to do that without really listening to basically all the employees and our constituents. And so what we've generally heard, and I'll just generalize this through at least when I ran for office and through the duration I've been here, that the current organizational structure hasn't improved anything, that it may be decreasing effectiveness in government. So that's where I'll leave my comments off, and I'll, the chair or other people have something to say, then they can.
Go ahead, Len.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And yeah, in addition to that, in regards to the new reorganization, the challenge that we faced was, or what we've seen, is that our organization was not providing the necessary training for our supervisors and division managers, et cetera. Leadership training, we realize leadership training is extremely important when you're dealing with people, because if you put a manager, if you give somebody that responsibility as a supervisor and they didn't have the appropriate training, morale goes down fast, real fast, and work productivity decreases. And and in some cases, what I've seen is it turns into a toxic work environment. And I'm not saying that ECS is by far from that, but we've got departments up here that morale is at its all-time low within the organization. And by transitioning into this new reorganization, that didn't help. Because now we have bullying and harassment at an all-time high by a lot of our supervisors and in some cases department heads. People that have not had the adequate training of leadership, what it means to be a leader. Because Jeannie, as I've watched you manage ECS and how it grew so fast, and people just enjoyed working for you. People enjoyed going to work. You don't see that up here in Pablo. It's not here. And so that's the big difference of what a real leader with leadership training has, how it affects and impacts people. And so we just want to make sure that through our discussions with our department heads and that we're giving you guys the necessary resources to get that training to the employees. Cause yeah, as I mentioned, it's just been really challenging trying to maneuver through this new organization because at least from my perspective, it's not working. It's not working. And, so we need to we need to get feedback from our department heads on what exactly are we missing here. So anyway, that's just part of why we, wanted to have that discussion with you ladies. So thank you.
Jeff, are we recording? Shall I?
For no chairman's meeting, you guys are going to Polson on
Polson
Monday.
on Monday. Polson on Monday.